Hey folks, what's up? Welcome back to the channel once again. How are you all doing? Hope you all are doing good and your bikes are running perfectly fine, especially the RX fans. So today this video I'm gonna make about first let me tell you the reason why I'm making this video. Actually I was messing up with the carburetors. So I had a carburetor and which is a Japanese one. It has some internal mains issue. It was leaking air from somewhere, has not been yet detected. I tried it on my bike and there are some issues in it. So what I thought of making is that actually what we have spoken earlier, the quality difference between the carburetor of RX100 and RX100 Japanese and Indian ones are a lot. So what we are going to do is, every time I have told you the Japanese are superior as compared to the Indian ones, but I have never shown you like what actually in what terms they are superior. So in this video I'll be showing you actually how and why I say Japanese is better as compared to the Indian ones. No matter in performance, they both are same. They will run the motorcycle in same way as the Japanese will run the motorcycle, and similarly the 100 same with the 100 Indian will also run the motorcycle. But the difference is in the longevity. So 100 Japanese will last for a longer time and the Indian will last for a shorter time, and it will start to catch some flaws, and eventually you have to change the carburetor with a new one. So let me show you actually what differences are there in these two carburetors. These both are of RX100. So primarily this video will be dedicated to like the quality differences in the carburetors of RX100 Indian and Japanese one. So I've got both the carburetors over here. Alright, completely intact carburetor. So probably this one is the older one, the Japanese one is the older one, and Indian one is a new one. So why I'm saying this is, Japanese ones came in earlier lots and the Indian one eventually came by the late 90s. So obviously Japanese one is the older carburetor and Indian ones are the new carburetor. But still the Japanese are better in quality as compared to Indian ones. I'll show you one by one like what all things I refer to is different in both the carburetors in terms of quality. So stay tuned in the video till the end. I'll show you every points and aspects where the differences are in the carburetor. So let's start. So these two are the carburetors. One is the Indian one. This one is India and this one is Japan. So to demarcate it, I have kept the float in the Japanese one, and the Indian one is without the float. So to keep things clear, actually the camera setup is not done very good, so but still the things that I want to show will be available to you very clearly. So let's begin with the outer body. So this is the Indian one. I'm keeping the Japanese one aside, and this is the Indian one. As you can see the Indian mark. So you can see over here very carefully that the body is not very much of premium quality. What I mean is that the aluminium used over here is not of very much premium quality, and eventually it starts to corrode and pitching type of things will start to chip off from edges. So to show you the chipping marks, I can show you over here. You can see let me focus. Yeah, you can see it is eventually started to chip over here, this part. So this will start to chip off from many places like that, and the edges will start to these parts, the edges will start to come off, and eventually it will lead to leakages and all. Alright, so from here the chipping and other things will start to happen. The edges and the gasket place, these will start to chip off easily, and eventually you will find it will start to cause the leaking problem. So this is regarding the external quality of the aluminium that is used on this carburetor on the Indian made. And as in the same thing, if you compare the body of Japanese one, you will find a premium fit and finish. Look at the Japanese one. Do you see any chipping? And even while holding it now, you will feel it from your hands like that. Yeah, this is something superior as compared to the Indian ones. So look at every sides and all, Once you hold it in hand, you will able to understand that this is something premium as compared to the Indian ones. So the external body, you can see that there is quite a difference, demarcations. Look at the finishing thing that I referred to. Look at this line over here, and look at that same thing in this part. This lining you are able to see over here, but the same thing is not available over here, isn't it? So this is the premiumness of Japanese carburetor. So this is one thing regarding external body. Now second thing that we may able to see over here is the connecting points of the various hoses, like this one air breather, this one for the tooth intake, and this one for the petrol intake. So these things will easily bend out, or sometimes it may even come out from these places in the Indian ones, but compared to Japanese ones are very sturdy and they are premiumly fitted. It easily doesn't bends out or come out from the Japanese one, whereas the Indian ones has frequent issues of this one coming out, bending, and various other things. Now this is regarding the external things. Now coming to the internal part. When you look into the internal part of the Indian ones, I hope camera is doing justice with all these things. So from internal components, basically what I mean is the threads over here. You see there will be thread inside this at the bottom end where the jets will sit. So I'll unscrew the jet. See, in the Japanese one, even though it is not seen over here, it has not yet happened on this particular Indian car, eventually what will happen, this thread will start to get worn out, and once this thread will start to get worn out, either it will be taking excessive of fuel inside, or it will cause some tuning issues. You won't be able to set the idling well. It won't be able to idle well in any condition. So this will happen only when these threads are leaking out, or from somewhere at some part the bike is taking air. So in that case, the air screw won't be idling screw won't be able to tune it properly, and it will have improper idling. So these can happen with the main jets, pilot jets, and various other components. Now same thing if you look into the 100 ones, the Japanese one. So compared to the Indian ones, the Japanese have proper sturdy thread. It won't get worn out very easily. There won't be any issues. Hardly I have any carburetor that I have seen any kind of issues inside the Japanese car. But yes, I have seen few, but not many. So these are the things. I keep the jets of respective car into its respective place, because one is having the Mikab jets and another is having the Mikuni jets. Even the jets are of premium quality, even though they function same, but they are of different quality. Mikab will get rusted very easily, but Mikuni won't get rusted even in kept in worse conditions. It won't have any kind of oxidation kind of thing, and it won't get any white patches on the jets, whereas the Mikab gets very easily. Now this was the thing. Now these were the jets, external body, aluminum body, and the threads of the jets. Now we can see differences as well in the quality. What I mean is, overall thing is, I hope you have got my point, that basically every jets and all the things will have not so top-notch finish. On the Indian carbs again, if you look at this thread bits, so wherever there are threads, you will find a little bit of damage and poor quality in the Indian ones, whereas the Japanese ones are very much superior as compared to the same thing of Indian ones. Once you hold this carburetor in hand, you will be easily able to figure out like what are the specific quality differences that I am referring to, and you will be easily able to understand. So that is all. As I had to make this video because I was working on this Japanese carb for a while, and this Japanese carb has internal issues, the issues that are related to the veins which connect these to this and from here to this part. So there are internal veins in every carburetor. We look at carburetor, we see that, oh, it's fine, everything looks fine, but there are internal fine, connections, or you can call it as pipelines. Those pipelines get damaged, or they might even get hairline fractures because of mishandling or anything. Then these carburetor, even though they will look very fine, you won't be able to run it perfectly on your motorcycle. It won't set to any point. So this carburetor has an internal leakage. That is why it doesn't idle. It has a higher idling point, and every time the idling fluctuates up and down. So I have yet to figure out that what and where that internal leakage is in this carburetor. So there are things like that in carburetor that you will eventually get to figure out. So as it was Sunday, and I was going through the motorcycles and doing an overall look up at my bikes. So this is what I came across. I had to provide a carburetor to one of my friend, and I thought of giving him this carburetor, but sadly this didn't work. But anyhow, I'm still looking into it. If it comes up with something hopeful, that it will be fine, or else I have to discard this complete top body of the carburetor. There can be any kind of leakages at anywhere, so that has to be detected still. So that is all for the video, and I hope this helps you understand the difference, why I say Japanese are better than the Indian variants. There is nothing as such. I am completely discarding the Indian ones. Definitely if you get Indian carburetors of new ones, probably Micarb, you get new one for 2000 around, so that's perfectly fine. It will run for years. It is only a matter of longevity that the Indians won't last too long, whereas the Japanese will last, in fact, forever. So I hope you are getting my point. And regarding the carburetor body and the seats, and the passages, everything along with the slides, the slides that lie inside, these slides are of different quality. The dimensions are same, don't mismatch it. Dimensions are same, only the quality is different. Now the jets are quite different in quality. Indian ones get corroded very fast and oxidized, but the Japanese ones are too much resistant to oxidation. So that's what the quality matters. I hope this is all what I wanted to mention in this video, and if you have got some kind of understanding about this, I hope you will be able to figure out things by yourself. So I hope my point is clear regarding these two carbs. I hope you have got what I mean to say, and definitely there is not anything kind of, I'm very biased for both the carbs. Both of them work similar way, and both of them will have similar functionalities. Only the quality is the matter of thing. Quality is premium for the Japanese one. So take care. This is all for this video. We'll bring up few more contents that are coming regarding motorcycles, probably ESD. I am into it. I am working on some of the engine components of ESD, so we'll bring up to you. And there is there is a RX100 engine restoration video lined up soon, and it will be a complete dismantling and assembly with all the complete process. So we'll bring up to you soon. Stay tuned to the channel. Till then, take care. Bye bye. Jai Hind.